Synopsis of the books of the Bible. Major Prophets, Isaiah. By JND Darby. All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. 2 Timothy 3 verses 16 and 17. Synopsis of the books of the Bible. By John Nelson Darby. Isaiah, chapter 28. Details of Israel's invasion in the last days, the scourge from the north at Jerusalem. Isaiah 28 sets before us the first elements of these final scenes in the history of these wonderful people. The scourge comes from the north. Ephraim is invaded as by an overflowing torrent, by a tempest of hail that smites and destroys, he is trodden underfoot. But in that day Jehovah shall be for a crown of glory to the residue of his people. The people morally besotted, do not hear. And this is the judicial sentence of Jehovah who turns to Jerusalem in pronouncing it. That they had made a covenant with death and the powers of darkness, see note 1, that they might escape the overflowing torrent. But the covenant shall be disnulled, the scourge shall overtake them, they shall be trodden down, and smitten by this terrible rod. We have then this revelation, that when Ephraim shall be invaded by this terrible scourge, the princes of Jerusalem will seek to preserve themselves from it by making a covenant with the power of evil. But it shall come to naught. The waters shall overflow and sweep away the refuge of lies. Jerusalem, as well as Ephraim, undergoes the consequences of the assault of the enemy. But the Messiah is the elect cornerstone, the sure foundation for the remnant. He that believes in him shall not be confounded. Thus Ephraim is invaded and Jerusalem taken. There is a consumption determined, see note 2, by Jehovah upon the whole earth. Note 1. They insolently say they have made a covenant with the power of evil, so that, when the scourge came, it would not come nigh them. Impossible to conceive more open defiance of God and his judgments. Historically they will have done it in uniting with the man of sin, the Antichrist, whose coming is after the power of Satan, but here it is said in defiance of God. End of note 1. Note 2. This expression is used elsewhere also, as in Daniel, as a kind of technical formula for the Lord's dealings in the last day, the finishing of the work and cutting it short in righteousness. He judges completely, fills it up, but cuts it short for the sparing of the remnant, the elect. End of note 2.